Let's unleash the horror of Dark Gift Warlock onto Standard Hearthstone since it got buffed up. This is a deck that I thought was a sleeper hit before the balancing changes, but now that it's after, it feels even stronger than before. Overgrown Horror got reduced to a 4 mana card, thus making it easier to use it as a mana cheat for all of the random cards that you're going to be generating off your Dark Gift cards, such as Xavius or Shadowflame Stalker. Shadowflame Stalker feels incredibly good, especially if you can randomly generate a Treacherous Tormentor with a double Battlecry. And our main win condition here is going to be Wallow, which is essentially what King Plush was, but at home. Oh, it is worth mentioning in this video, one game will be before the balancing changes and one game will be after the balancing changes. But the first game was so good that I wanted to include it anyways. It'll just be later in the video. Alright, now for the Mulligan guide of the list. First thing you're going to be watching out for is going to be Dryad as your best turn 1 play. Then you're going to be looking for any of the Dark Gift package, such as Advent Garden or Creature of Madness. Perfect for a turn 3 curve. Any draw power cards such as Worm or removal tools such as Ultraris Cavern are great to keep too. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, Priest. I'm assuming this person is probably going to be playing the new Imbue cards. I do, and I haven't tested it yet, I really do want to cover Imbue Priest on the channel, but I figured some other people, cough cough, Kibler, were going to actually probably do it before I could get to it. And I figured this would probably be a fun enough video, even though half of the footage is going to be old. And I don't expect anyone to be talking about Dark Gift Warlock. And so far, this deck feels incredibly strong. Like, I've only played 5 games since the balancing changes, but it's been winning game after game. It's insane. But I do have a twist on the Imbue Priest that I want to do, which is going to be Imbue Protoss. So look forward to that as the next video. We'll see if we can get a lot of good footage for that. Alright, let's slam down Creature of Madness, see what we can grab. Okay, we're basically looking for probably the Divine Shield and Wind Fury, actually. Also reminds me, Kara, I need to do something with it still. That was a card that I wanted to do something with since Emerald Dream came out, but I kept putting it off, and then the mini set meta was a little bit too quick. So it just kept being put off. It will eventually come out. I have an idea for it. I just want to focus on some of the newer cards. And since I haven't done Dark Gift Warlock yet, and a lot of people seem to actually want this list, here it's going to be, you know? Also, it feels so nice not having to run Dirty Rat in every deck, because it basically allows you to have 2 more spaces for either early game minions or just removal tool. Like, well, I guess Protoss Mage, you still kind of would maybe want to run Dirty Rat for, but man, we really aren't. I did the math, actually, the other day when I was doing the Volcronos list. I think I finally pronounced that right. Where you technically have like a 30% chance of generating any Dark Gift that you want, because the same Dark Gift can't appear twice in each random generation. So it increases the odds each time, since it's a 1/8, 1/7, and 1/6 chance of it hitting what you would want, right? Okay. Let's coin into flame. Might be a little bit worthless, but still gets an R minion on board, right? Okay. Slam down our second creature. Come on, charge. I'm looking for charge. Yeah, we'll grab Observer, I guess. Ironically, actually, Observer will be a 1 mana card, which is actually pretty good. You can actually generate a lot of different demons, which is why I don't really mind the flames. It's just Kill Jaden that is a little bit awkward in this list to use. Like, I don't think... Kill Jaden definitely has come up in a few games, but, like, they haven't been games where they're better than probably what will end up in this video. Fun fact, actually. Some of these games will probably be from before the balancing changes. It depends on, like, how long the video is. Okay, there's Wallow. We knew Wallow was coming. Okay, something cool. Oh, table flip. Okay, let's slam down Observer. Oh, wait. I should have actually looked at what secrets we were getting. Oh, also speaking of secrets, the secret hunter list that I really wanted to try to cover on the channel, I very briefly tried it before this list today. I just don't like it anymore. I really don't. I really want to cover a secret deck on the channel at some point. It just requires the right support. It's amazing we don't have a secret deck currently in Standard. I feel like we're a little bit... Well, I guess we had Secret Hunter for like a year and a half. I don't know, bring back Secret Rogue or Paladin for a set, please. Actually, this is going to be a very bold prediction. Very, very bold. So the final set of the year is the alternate timeline set. How much you want to bet that Paladin... Yeah, well, let's just say Paladin will either get one of two themes. Either more Bronze Dragons, or they will get the Return of Secrets. Like they've never been removed. That would be the alternate timeline for Paladin, I'd assume. Look, I really, really, really like secrets, and I don't know. Hearthstone doesn't have enough ways to interact with your opponent, and they're a form of interaction. Technically speaking. Okay, I'm going to Hero Power. See, ooh, Eternal Layover. Yes, we use one of these, then pass it to them. I mean, we can Eternal Layover, get rid of the board so we live. That, come on, give us something good. I would take... That's probably one of the best cards that we could generate. Oh, and they're only 2 mana, so we get 4. How are we still dodging charge? I mean, I'll grab the Ragnaros because it's just a free 8 damage. Tendril is 1917, okay. There's the Divine Star. Okay, there's Ziliax. This does look like a real fun deck. It might. Okay, so I like Control Priest. I really do. One of my favorite classes in Hearthstone is Priest. Who would have thought, right? I like doing things with Priest. I just haven't been able to do anything with Priest recently. You know how many Priest decks that I tried to make work in the last week and a half? Were they all heavily reliant on getting multiple rocks out? Maybe. Did any of them work? No. But, you know, they don't necessarily need to work, right? They do, actually. You know what? I've never actually played Grunty. I also forgot he even, like, existed. Seriously, though? You could buff Grunty to a 6-mana card, and I still think he would not see any play right now. Hell, you could make him a 6-mana card and make him be able to hit face, but then just add the keyword different enemy, and I think you'd be fine. Okay, Marin. Okay, Halo's a little bit annoying. We need... we'll probably slam down Rag, and hopefully... Actually, it depends. Okay, game, give me charge. I'm so close to having the perfect game here. Come on. How are we still not hitting? I don't understand. Okay, we can use Cavern and then Ragnaros here. I'm hoping it hits Marin. We can still live if it doesn't hit Marin because we'll be at 30 HP, I'm pretty sure. It sucks that it hit Ceaseless, but that's okay. Okay, there's Peddler. Okay, come on. We don't have that many cards left in the deck. We just gotta make sure we live a few extra turns. Like, there's only... How many Dark Gifts have we actually triggered this game? Okay, a big taunt is kind of annoying, but it's okay. Like, oh, table flip actually is pretty nice. There's Garden. It doesn't matter the order we do this. Come on, charge. We still don't have a charge. How? Okay, I'm gonna grab Crystal. Because it's another taunt, I guess, in the way of their minions. And it also gives us armor. And it also heals us a little bit. Also, it buffs up the attack of Wallow a little bit more. Okay. Don't have a removal tool. You know, I mean, they gain a little bit of armor. We gain 7 HP and 4 armor, so that's nice. We just can't have them have a big taunt, and we should be good. We have, I think, 2 more Dark Gift cards in our deck. I could be wrong. Okay, no big taunts. That's good. Okay, game. Give me 1 of 2 cards. That is not 1 of 2 cards. However, Curator into Shadow Flame. Oh, and Amalgam. I forgot Amalgam was there. On charge. Come on. You can do it, but... Yes, let's go! Alright, let's take charge with Wallow. We can wallow in victory here, finally. Okay, time for a game against Mage. Let's see what they have in store for us. I'm assuming it's going to be Imbue, probably with a little bit of a Protoss twist, which actually isn't bad for us because we do have the Dirty Rats. I really, really will love it when I don't have to include Dirty Rat in every single deck. Actually, you know what's the funny thing? Me including it in every single deck, since I don't really play aggro, might actually just be a thing even afterwards, depending on like how much they hit all of the decks that can do a bajillion damage from hand due to 1 or 2 minions. Just because, I mean, it hasn't felt like too horrendous, because in most cases, like, if you can fit it in as like the 29th and 30th card and you have any type of removal tools, it feels just fine. Also, ignore the rank our opponent is at. Between this deck and the last deck that I put out, which will be the Imbue Shaman list, there are about 4 or 5 different priest lists that I tried to make work, and they did not work. If you still would be interested in seeing maybe like a Farok priest list, let me know down below. But I'm gonna give that a little bit of a break for now because Farok has frustrated me so much. I swear, whenever my opponent plays Farok, it wins them the game, but whenever I play it, I draw 20 cards out of my deck, and then I go into fatigue and lose the game. So, you know, it is what it is. But eventually I'll do something with Farok. I don't know what it will be. Who knows? Actually, by the time this video goes up, there might be a stream where I try another type of Farok list, but this time in Warrior, and not Control Warrior, like you'll all be thinking, like pure Dragon Warrior, or like a Menagerie Warrior list, where Farok is like the card that I'm trying to get multiple copies randomly generated. I don't know if that would work, but it could be a lot of fun. So, I'm also really curious how Bran and the Dark Gift that doubles the Battle Cry would work in combination with each other. I'm assuming they probably wouldn't, but you never know. Maybe some weird spaghetti code makes them work together, right? Raptor. Gather, no? Huh. I wonder if this is just the aggro variant of the list where they cut all the Protoss cards. Like, the reason why I get why you run the Protoss cards, because maybe in theory you can out-armor, like, any of the other lists. Oh, actually, that's still fine. I was going to say we probably should have used Table Flip, but I think keeping Table Flip for later is good, and then we'll just heal a little bit. Okay. You know, actually, even though this week isn't, like, really complex, like, games or, like, decks for the later half of the week, I'm actually really happy that we're getting to, like, the 2 months in to the expansion keywords that I have basically ignored the entire time to make weird, wacky combo decks. Like, I just did my second Imbue list on the channel, the first one being Druid, you know, before Druid got buffed, ironically enough. And wait, did I do Imbue Hunter? Oh, no, I did do Imbue Hunter. I forgot I did Imbue Hunter. That was my first video for the... Yep. That was the greedy version of Imbue Hunter. Man, you know, actually looking at videos that I've uploaded for this set, like Emerald Dream in particular, there are quite a few of these that ended up being meta relevant like a month after I like uploaded them, right? There are still a good chunk of them that didn't, but like some of them that didn't probably should never be meta relevant because they would literally ruin the game. But like, you know, Imbue Hunter is the top contender deck. The next deck after that was Raimi Priest, which is also well, not as much of a top contender right now, but still like very impactful. If they hit Imbue Hunter, it'll probably be number 1 again, at least at these lower legend ranks. And then like Imbue Druid and Cliff Dive Demon Hunter, I did back to back. And sure, while it wasn't the meta version of Cliff Dive Demon Hunter, you know, it still became meta, you know? What I'm saying is, what list do you think that I've covered since Emerald Dream came out that will be the next meta deck after we get a bunch of balancing changes? My bet actually would either be this deck or the Imbue Shaman list. I think both of those have a lot of potential to be really, really strong. They're just outclassed a little bit right now by the current Imbue decks that are really good, right? Oh, also Owl Druid. Like, people are starting to talk about Owl Druid now, too, at higher ranks. Alright, let's consume this. Into there. Base. Might as well hit. Actually, probably should have saved this because it is in Imbue Mage, but it is what it is. Sorry for the side tangents in this game, but, you know, sometimes I actually have thoughts that aren't game related. I mean, it's still technically game related. It's just not this game related. Okay, Mixologist. Yeah, like I still want to do an Imbue Mage list where we're trying to use Aviana as the main win condition. It just is going to take a little bit more time. Okay. But yeah, that deck was already kind of tight for room, and I can't fit a dirty rat in it, is the main problem there. Also relies on random generation, and I'm just not feeling it right now. I say this as I put out an Imbued Shaman list, like, literally 2 days ago, but don't worry about my inconsistency of... Oh! Yeah, Farok could be fun. Omen, it could have been worse, but... Do I launch this? I think we just get rid of everything on board. We'll live for a turn. And then we can randomly discover something. Oh! I mean, it's always the pig, right? Pig does 9 damage when we slam down for rock. That could just straight up win us the game. We could actually tie this game too, which would be kind of funny, but you know, yeah. Also, I find it funny. I was complaining about Farok in this game. We randomly generated the Farok. Hopefully, he still wins us the game. I'll take a tie. If this becomes a tie, and Farok is the reason, he'll still be in the video. I tried to make it where, like, only games where I win are in the video, but, like, there's sometimes you just can't have that, right? Very rare that I do. But a tie would be fun, right? Like, the first time I did the Infinite Warlock list, I really wanted to include the hour-and-a-half game that I had that deck, but I don't know how I'd edit it down to my normal length, so it is what it is. All right, go face. All right, Farok, do your thing. Become frockin' awesome. Okay, you. I mean, at least you're not losing me the game. The heal is nice. Oh, he ate himself. Oh, he's drawing me a bajillion cards. Oh, at least we have Wallow in hand. So if they somehow survive, or we somehow survive, we win next turn no matter what. Oh, there goes Kill Jaden. This is what... This happens every time. Well, you know, I guess we can wallow in our victory a bit here. The heal was nice, though. And then 2 damage. How can I get rid of this? I'm assuming they're looking for Ceaseless Expanse. Ceaseless Expanse would legitimately... I mean, it doesn't win them the game, but it does put them in a better position, right? Oh, well, GG. All right, now that we're through the game, this is my final thoughts of the deck. So, before and after the balancing changes, I played 40 games with the deck, ended up with a final win rate of 60%, which is really good. The win rate actually went up by quite a bit after the mini set, because you no longer have to rely on the fact that you had to run Dirty Rat, though you could have over the Dryads, and you can easily slam down your Overgrown Horrors a bit earlier to protect your face from a wide board, making this deck way stronger than it was before. This was something that I kind of predicted when I was playing around with this deck originally. Wallow felt incredibly strong. It was just a little bit slow for the plush meta, but now that plush is gone, this deck is basically what Imbue Hunter was, but with a little bit of RNG involved, which is the only reason why I don't really want to recommend the deck, because if you have awful RNG, then you're not going to really have a good time. But I had alright RNG, and it was a lot of fun in my opinion. Kill Jaden also is another one of those cards that you might not even need in the list, but I wanted him in here just for the meme potential in case we got into the late game and wanted to generate other demons that could get Dark Gift. Overall, though, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye-bye.